guys, how are you doing? So I'm back again. My name is Delvin Monyangi. Welcome to Chats with Monyangi. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the last video, and the fact that you're here again, I know that we are doing great. So I'm hoping that we keep doing better and better each passing day. We are learning. By the way, I'm learning how to do this in the best way possible, and I hope that you are learning too from me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and for those ones who are new here, welcome, and please subscribe. The next two seconds are for you to go and subscribe and press that notification bell so that anytime I get to upload any video, you get to be notified. Today's topic is also interesting. We are going to make it interesting and more interesting as we keep going, and I hope that we are going to keep learning each and every day. Okay, today's topic is we are going to talk just ni story tu, nothing very sitaki mfeel ni kama tuko tuko mafundisho ya nani. Yeah, so ni story too. I'm going to say about my experience maybe, and the things I've learned through the experiences I've gone through, and maybe you will find it, helpful. So today's topic is going to be about how we train our minds to be positive and stay positive in all circumstances. Because, well, most of the times, life is not easy. There are times you are good, you're having good times, and kuna masiku zile una feel tu maisha imenifikisha mwisho. But then how do you handle that? How do you deal with such? Because such things push us to negativity most of the times. It's very rare to find someone staying positive at sad moments, at their worst moments, But then it's very important to learn to be positive in all ways possible, because that is the only way we can keep moving in life. So first of all, I want us to first learn what is it that makes us, makes our minds always think about negative things. Like, for example, when something bad happens to you and things don't work out for you, why is it that we always rush to the negative, side of it? Why do we rush to the negative conclusions? Like, why? What pushes us to that? So that is what I want us to learn for today. And then later we'll look at ways that we can be able to control that. So the reason that our minds are always, it's easier to think of something negative more than a positive thing, because honestly speaking, even from experience, it's so hard to convince yourself that something good is going to come out of a bad experience, especially when you're in that moment. It's so hard for you to convince yourself that, it's for the best. That thought comes later, and if you allow it. So most of us prefer staying in that negative corner because you don't want to face the struggles and the efforts that you have to put in or to invest into positivity or into the positive world. So, like, for example, you're trying out a business maybe, and it doesn't work out, or maybe in the first days, you find out that the sales are not that good and you're struggling, and maybe hata urudishi ile pesa yako and all that. Maybe you are inspired by someone into that business, and maybe you had been watching how they are doing their business, and you feel like, wow, this business is a good one and inalipa, you know, it's a productive one. So una feel, maybe let me just try this business, and things will work out for me. And then when you get into that business, you get, you know, different results from what you expected. So what happens then? Unaanza kujiambia tu, you know, it's easier for you to tell yourself that hii biashara si yangu, you know, maybe I'm not meant for business, you know, maybe it's bad luck, I have bad luck, maybe I'm cursed, and all that. You start feeding such things into your mind, instead of telling yourself, let me keep trying. You know, it takes time. It's a step after another. We grow slowly, because you don't expect to get into business and just succeed immediately. So instead of feeding yourself positivity, you know, that let me keep trying, uendele tu kujituma, maybe one day things will be okay. So una opt tu kusema hii biashara si yangu, and maybe I'm cursed, and all those things, you know the things you say to yourselves when you've been disappointed. You know, it's mostly unconsciously used as a defense mechanism. It protects you from things not working out. It protects you from frustrations and all that. But then in the long term, it keeps you stuck where you are, you know. You get stuck in some point where you are not moving forward, you are not making things any better, but then you're stuck somewhere telling yourself, things are not working out for me, so it was never meant for me, you know. Kila mtu akona vitu zake, amebarikiwa nazo, maybe sijabarikiwa na hiyo, and all those things. But how are you going to know what you're meant for if you don't put more effort into it, you know? And these negative thoughts, when you keep feeding yourself with negative thoughts, saying to yourself things that, you know, zinakurudisha nyuma, do you know what it does to us? It prevents us from putting our best foot forward, you know. It prevents you from doing the greatest thing in the world that you are meant to do, because now uko tu huko kwa kakona unajiambia tu mimi sasa vitu hazini, you know, vitu zimenikataa, maisha imekuwa ngumu. Those are the things you keep, you know, telling yourself. Those are the things you are telling yourself. Those are the things you are feeding your mind. And trust me, what you feed your mind is what you believe in. And that is how we end up feeling in life. So how do we train our minds to be positive? How do we train our minds to be positive? I'm requesting that you also answer that question. Get a notebook and a pen and answer that question. Before I even continue, you can pause this video and answer that question for those ones who have, you know, who are on the other side of it. So you can answer that question and, you know, write down the things that you've been doing to make sure that you stay positive. And so when you continue listening to this video, if I talk about something that you haven't been doing, you can add it to the list. So, you know, remember we said these videos are all about, you know, learning more or discovering more about life and how we can cope with life, you know, how we can make things easier for ourselves, how we can make life easier for ourselves, how we can create happiness for ourselves without expecting it from out there, from the world. First of all, or the first point that I'll give you is try to be gentle and encouraging to yourself. You know, most of the times we do self-talks, we have conversations with ourselves, and the things that we say to ourselves are the things that we end up doing, you know, are the things that lands us wherever we find ourselves. So first of all, the most important thing I could tell you is that Don't say something to yourself that you couldn't want to tell to someone else. Kama tu unaona hii kitu hata mimi hata siwezi advise mtu mwingine afanye hivi, don't tell it to yourself. Be gentle, be loving, be kind, and be encouraging to yourself. You know, every day you wake up in the morning, what do you tell yourself? You know, I've gone through that, I've experienced that, and one thing I started adapting is to just wake up in the morning, wherever I'm going out. I just wake up in the morning and look into the mirror. I tell myself, woman, you're very beautiful. You're able. You're going to make it through. You're going to do great things in life. It might not start big, but it will end big. You get? So that energy, you move with it out there, and you are staying positive. Anything you're going to do is going, you know, to move you closer to maybe the person you want to be in life, to whatever you want to achieve in life. The next point is to practice gratitude. You know, most of the time, for example, when we are at our worst states, we normally don't look at the far we have come. We normally don't reflect back on the great things that we have achieved in life. Instead, we are focusing on that one thing that, you know, has disappointed us. That thing, that one point where we were sad, and the things that happened to us. Those are the things we keep focusing on. For example, leo maybe umejaribu something, fail. You look back, maybe you tried something again and it failed. So those are the things that you know, you're focusing on. Nazipile tu nasema, after all, you know. So, but I believe if we focus on the good things that have happened in our lives, and, you know, take a moment to just think about them and appreciate yourself for the hard work that you invested into that and the far that you've come. Because definitely where you are right now, the fact that you are still living, the fact that you are where you are right now, it means that you have crossed so many bridges before. And that means that you are able, that means that you're strong, and you're very intelligent. Yeah? So, learn to appreciate every step that you make in life. Hata kama ni kadogo tu. Hata kama ni ka step kadogo tu. Hata kama it's the smallest achievement in your life. Please, learn to appreciate yourself. Learn to celebrate all those steps in life. That will keep you positive in life. You'll see the meaning of life. You will see the reason as to why you should keep pushing on. Another point, look at where you have failed, whatever you've been doing that has failed. Try to look for what you've been doing wrong. Because if you fail in something, definitely there is something that you've not been doing right. So try to identify those parts where you have been, you know, doing things wrong, and improve. You know, that is how we learn in life. Because if you don't identify the problem today and solve it, then it means you're going to keep doing the same mistakes all through, and results are going to remain the same or even worse. So let's learn to always identify the mistakes that we've been making and find out a way of improving or doing things better than you've been doing before. Another thing is how do you spend your time? This is one thing, by the way, that most of us ignore. And honestly, it's one thing that is failing us. Most of us. How do you spend your time? Who do you spend your time with? Which type of friends do you have? Have friends who can challenge you. Have friends who can help you grow. You know? Sijui kama mnanielewa. Most people are not going to want to hear this, but most friends we have ni wale tu wampatane, mcheke, muende to party, sijui mfanye nini, mlewe pamoja, such things. Those are the things that make us, you know, hizo ndo vitu hizo ndo groups most of us are keeping. But when it comes, maybe you have a problem, maybe you are stuck somewhere and you need, you know, help. Hatunanga watu wa kutusaidia honestly. Ndo maana tunasemanga we have fake friends. So, choose your friends wisely. Choose the environment where you spend your time. Let it be as positive as possible. Because that is, there is the percentage that it contributes into our success is a lot. Let's stay around positive energy, positive people, an environment that can help you grow, you know, associate yourself with people who can challenge you, you know, in everything. That is how we learn and that's how we grow. So yeah. Another point is if we want to grow and if we want to change our situations, we need to put efforts towards growing, towards learning. You're not going to just sit there and say, I want to be positive. I want to think positive without putting an effort, you know. It's the effort that you invest into something that counts. Not just sitting there and singing, you know, unaiweka kama wimbo eti kwa channel ya Chats with Mwanyangi alisema we can just start thinking positively and saying positive things to ourselves and then you just sit there and wait for miracles to happen. No, we are going to have to practice positivity. Everything, you have to put everything into practice so that we can, you know, get somewhere in life. So what are you going to do to get there? What efforts are you supposed to put? Yeah. So develop a routine that will help you get closer to whatever you are targeting. For example, when you wake up every morning, like what do you do first? Then what next? Then nini next? You know, have a, how can I say it? Like andika tu chini the series of things that you're going to do in a day. And tell yourself that tomorrow when I wake up, I have to do this, this, and this. And this is where I want to be by the end of the day. That is the only way you can succeed. So, but if you just sit there and wait for miracles to happen to you, then you're going to stay stuck there. Alafu kuja useme advice ya Chats with Mwanyangi haikuwork. And you say I'm lying to you. But the fact is, we all have to put efforts towards those things that we want to achieve in life. If it's business, jitume kila siku. Following the things that I've told you, the list of things that I've told you that will help you achieve that. First, say positive things to yourself. When you wake up, every morning when you wake up, make sure you say something positive to yourself. Make sure you move out of your house, out of your door with something positive in your mind. That is what will drive you to, you know, working smarter and, you know, stay focused. Yeah. So make sure you do that and develop a routine every day. Know what you have to do to achieve your goals and work towards that and stick to that. Yeah. And whenever you feel like, because I can't promise that if you do all these things, nothing bad is going to happen to you. I can't promise you that because bad things happen to everyone. But then we are just learning on how we should, cope, survive through all those bad things, and, stay focused. That is the main thing that we are learning today. How you can, get through all those bad moments without hurting yourself, without, kuvutwa nyuma, without getting discouraged with life, without having to, be stressed out and all that. Yeah, I hope we are learning. So another thing is, make sure that every evening when you come back home, make sure that you have moved a step in your life. By the way, let me tell you one thing. You see, okay, God is doing his part by giving us life for free, by the way. So, but every morning when you wake up, you have two choices. It's your Billy. Either you keep staying in your bed for the rest of the day, or you just get out there and struggle with life and face life with its challenges, of course. So we have these two. One is easier, but in the long term, iko na effects zake. Another one is tough, but in the long term, iko na benefits zake. So if you choose to stay in bed and, just relax for the rest of your life, you know what you're going to face. So if you choose to wake up and get out of your bed and go out there and face the world, make sure you come back home. You don't come back home less of the person who went out there. Cha kwanza, usikuwe umekuja less of the energy that you went out with, na usikuwe umerudi the same person who went out. That is how you monitor if you are growing or not. So if you go out there, make sure you have moved a step towards the person you're working so hard to become. Unajua kitu ingine I've come to learn about this life is that success haina, ndasemaje, sijui nitaita, nimejaribu kutafuta hii jina inanikosa. Haina procedure. There is no procedure to success, by the way. Like, useme that you have to do this, then move to this. It is lazima uende primary school, then from there you go to secondary school, then you go to campus, then you get a job, then you get promotion so that you can achieve success. No. Start from anywhere in life. Start from anywhere and never feel less. Never compare yourself with anyone in this life, because we are all gifted differently. We are created with different abilities. Trust me, hata yule mtu ajaenda shule, they have something they are good at, very good at, that hata mtu mwenye amesoma haizi fanya as good as they do. So wherever you are, whoever you are, just know that you have that one thing that God has put in you that will lead you straight to success. If only you try to discover yourself and work towards being, successful. I said it's the efforts and the positivity, and that hizo ndo zinatu driving. That is how success comes. In anything you do, however little you feel it is. However little you feel it is. Hakuna mtu si wa maana kwa hii maisha. Hakunanga mtu si wa maana kwa hii maisha, hata kama unafanya nini. Unajua kuna watu wanajidharawingi, maybe unafanya maybe something and you feel it's so small. You start comparing yourself with doctors and pilots and kila mtu kuna kitu yake ya kufanya kwa hii maisha. Hata ukapatiwa hiyo pilot sahi, hutawezana nayo. And if that pilot is given your job today, They can't do it as good as you can do it. Yeah. But just we are learning to stay positive in everything that we do. Value whatever you are doing with all your heart and put all the efforts that you can afford to put there, you know, because that is the only way you are going to be successful. That is the only way you are going to achieve your success. So, and no one should ever make you feel less, by the way. No one should ever make you, no one has that right. Don't allow anyone to make you like, don't give anyone that authority, that power to make you feel less about yourself. Because each and every person in this world is useful in their own way. Tumebarikiwa in different ways. Okay, I can sing well. Someone else is a nurse, and that is what they can do best, but they cannot sing. I can talk to people confidently without, shaking and all those things. But then there is someone else who can write, and they write perfectly. But if you bring them in front of the camera today, they will be unable to say anything. They will be unable to say a word. Trust me. Yeah. So everyone has a strength. Just discover your strengths and focus on that. Because if you focus on your flaws, on your weaknesses, then you're going to stay weak. Then you're going to start being comfortable with the weaknesses. No. Let's focus on the positive side. That is the only way we can grow. As I said again in this channel, it's growing. It's all about growing, learning and growing. So, let's focus on our strengths. Allow me tell you one more thing or two before we close or we finish this conversation. Opportunities are not found. Hakuna opportunities ziko mahali tu unaenda uzipate huko. We are going to have to create opportunities for ourselves. Yeah. Because if you sit there and wait for someone to call you and to go and work, you're going to wait, especially in the current Kenya, in the current world. If you're going to just sit there and, and wait for things to happen, you're going to keep waiting for a really, really long time. But just know that opportunities don't just happen. The things just don't happen out of the blues. Even those jobs that you want to be called for, it's someone who created that opportunity. Yeah. So learn to create opportunities for yourself. Don't wait for things to just happen to you and call yourself lucky. Usione watu wengine wameng'ang'ana kufika kwenye wamefika, and then you just start saying ninajua wao wako na sijui nini, wako na bahati. No, everyone works to be where they are. Kila mtu anafanya bidii kukua wherever they are. So put more efforts and create opportunities for yourself. Yeah. Delvin is being so tough today on us. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry because we are helping each other. And I told you to also, you can also help me learn, And another way I feel like it can help us, to stay positive is focus on the things that you like. Find out what you like doing and what makes you happy, and focus on such things. Positive vibes. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on the things that you feel happy doing. That is your purpose in this life. Don't focus on things that you're straining too much to do. Focus on those things that you like doing. Stay where you like, staying. Like, kaa kule kwenye unakaa and you feel peaceful and you feel, you know. I hope you're getting me. And finally, it's never too late to be who you might have been. It's never too late to be that person you have always dreamed to be. It's never too late to get where you want to be in life. You are never too old. Yeah? You are never too old to serve your purpose in this life. So I'm hoping that today we have learned, and in whatever you do, just make sure you associate yourself with positive energy only. I hope we have learned something today, and I'm praying that wherever you are, you find that energy and you find that environment, space, and time to sit down, put yourself in a meeting and evaluate yourself. Ask yourself questions. Are you really happy with your life right now? If you are not, why? Why are you not happy? Find out the reasons. And then after that, start working out, like start figuring out how to get out of that situation, how to stay happy, and how to grow each and every day, because time is not waiting for us. We are growing, days are going. Yeah. And the earlier you start discovering these things and working and doing things the right way, the better, because that is the sooner you will achieve your goals in life. But the moment you start, you know, there is that self-pity that people have. Najirumisha tu, nasema mimi ni mashida tu, mimi nini. All you talk about is the bad things that have happened to you in your life, and you want people to, you know, you're seeking sympathy, and that is not going to help you, madam or sir. That is not going to help you in any way. So I hope that we have learned today that we need to be positive in life for us to achieve success, and the things that we have to do so that we can remain focused and grow each and every day. Thank you for watching this video again, and I really appreciate for the support that you always given me, and I hope that we are going to grow. By the way, we are on the road to what? Tulisema tufike 500 kwanza subscribers. For now tufike 5, hata nifikishe tu 500. Ni wazuri. 500, and then we'll keep growing mosmos, pole 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 pole. Mimi najua siku moja tutajikuta at hata 1 million. I know that for sure. And I'm also working on myself, by the way. I'm learning to stay more positive. I'm learning to do positive things, the things that make me happy. Actually, if you didn't know, this is what makes me happy. Doing this is what makes me happy. The more I speak these things out, I'm also speaking to myself, and I'm learning each and every day. I'm going to put more efforts, and we are going to get somewhere together. Okay? I hope that I'm helping you to grow in life and to do great things and to achieve your goals. And you are also helping me to discover how much I can do with my gifts, how much I can do in a more peaceful environment, and how I can grow myself. Mnanisaidia pia. I'm learning a lot, by the way. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for those just subscribe bado, mwingie inbox mniambie tuko na shida gani tutatue, alafu mrudi msubscribe. But thank you so much for your support, and see you on the next video, guys. Thank you and bye bye. I love you.